The markets are falling. Quick, sell everything. Or maybe not, right? One of the things that's really important to remember, especially as we get into crazy times like we're seeing right now, what was Warren Buffett's first rule on investing? Rule number 1, don't lose money. What was rule number 2? See rule number 1, don't lose money. When you're seeing markets fall like this, sometimes there's a misinterpretation of what this rule means. It says, oh, crud, I'm seeing all this stuff happen. There's this tariff fears, there's all these things going on. Therefore, I got to sell so I don't lose. And I don't think that's what Warren was talking about. He's famously also says, when someone, a reporter said, you've lost millions of dollars today in the market based on the activities, aren't you worried about it? And he says, I didn't lose anything because I didn't sell. This is the thing that we need to remember in our investment plan, is to be a rules-based investor, not an emotional investor. When we get emotional, we make poor decisions. We got to be rules-based. What does that mean? Well, if we are following our rules, we should have any money we need to spend in the next 5 years outside of the stock market. That should have already taken place. With our clients this last year, we did a whole lot of capital gains harvesting. Now, pro and a con with that. Unfortunately, right now, they got to pay taxes on that money because the gains were taxed year after year. And what are good results? Keeping you retired, keeping clients engaged for the long run is really what we're going for. It's not always about beating the markets. It's about making sure you don't run out of money in retirement. That's what we're going to be focused on. So as we're looking at things right now, I want you to think about that with everything going on. Are you making emotional decisions about your TSP? Are you making emotional decisions about what you should buy and sell? Me personally, I'm putting more money in right now. We'll see how this plays out in 6 to 12 months. But I'm not worried about 6 to 12 months. I'm thinking 5, 10 years down the road. Even if you're just about to retire, I'm still thinking about you 10, 20 years down the road. Why? Because you're going to be retired and have a long, healthy, enjoyable life. And I want you to have a good financial life as well. So we always got to be thinking long term. So before we hit the panic button, before we hear all the talking heads and worry about what we should do, step back and look at your plan and say, hey, over the long term, am I following the bucket approach? Do I have a good financial plan? Do I have a rules-based investment philosophy that I can follow over time? Make sure you're following that stuff. Don't get caught up in a lot of the hype that we see now. Till next time, happy planning.